You know, I was here for a few minutes looking at the remains, the burned out rubble of this poor old Methodist church, and then I realized that this hunk laying right here, that's actually the steeple. That's the steeple of the church. It's laying in the parking lot.
So I hollered to my wife. I said, call 911. The church is on fire.
Check it out, Bill. It's a chunk of wood, a splinter, really. That's kind of what you've got left when winds strong enough to blow trees over strike as they did in Millville a day ago. Tree blew down and it took a church with it.
People have been coming back to the church, and we were ready to do some other things. And then this happened.
Bill, that's Pastor John Mitchell. He says a tree blew over Sunday morning, falling over wires that arced and then started the church fire.
We're going to recover. We're going to recover because the Bible tells us all things work together for good, for them love God and are called according to his purpose.
The neighbor across the street called 911 and he says the winds were crazy.
5 o'clock in the morning, I heard my trash cans go across the backyard. Then I checked the front door and I looked out and I see smoke coming out of the church roof. So I just got off the phone with my boss, Jerry. He says, Hank, these windstorms in Jersey and Pensy, that's a story. I said, I'm on it, boss, no problem. I won't even have to leave my backyard. As you know, I live north of Philadelphia. The winds were strong yesterday and on occasions throughout the past week. The National Weather Service says you can expect that when air temperatures shift quickly.
The larger the difference in the pressure across areas across time, the stronger the winds are going to be.
You know, you can complain all you want about a tree being down in your yard, extra work, maybe pay somebody to haul it off. At the end of the day, when I look at this slide, I just think to myself how lucky I am that my boys weren't playing out here. I've still got a lot of work to do. Some buddies from the neighborhood coming by tomorrow to help me out with it. It's really Mother Nature's world, and the rest of us are just guests in it.
I did the stupid thing of not paying attention to the weather, so I didn't bring in the patio furniture. There's just stuff strewn all over my yard.
Oh, wait, how do you avoid knowing the temperature at NG 1.5 when you're sitting next to Dan Zero, the weather guy?
My wife has brought this up to me when I ask her, hey, what's the weather going to be like? She's like, don't you sit next to the weather guy? Like, you and Dan talk every morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't hear everything going on next to me.
I was just going off of Sabile's point that going off of a story, you don't listen to a word that any of us say anyway. So.
All right, on that note, why don't we bring in the expert? We're now joined by New Jersey 101.5's chief meteorologist, Dan Zarrow. Tell me why it's so cold.
Well, it's April. This is what springtime is all about. The differences between hot and cold and windy days and rain and, well, even a little bit of snow out there.
What about this deep freeze tonight? I mean, you're talking about temperatures that are going to drop into the 20s in some cases. And that's not just wind chill, that's the air temperature.
That's the air temperature. And as we always talk about, that doesn't tell the whole story because when you add the cold with the wind, you get that feels like temperature or the wind chill, which is going to dip into the teens by Tuesday morning. We will see a nice little warming trend for Wednesday into Thursday. I think 60s are going to be with us temporarily, but the chill comes back again this weekend. I think it might be just as cold as we get into Saturday, which is perfect because I'm getting on a plane and going to Florida on Saturday. So I'm not complaining.
Come on, Dan. Come on. Wait a minute, does that mean that I'll be doing the temperatures?
You get the temperatures all next week, my friend.
Outstanding. Just saying.